Hey y'all, it's Natalie, and I am really excited to be teaching at the Nashville Craft Retreat this year. And I am doing a class with them on a fun paper crafting project, something that Erin assures me they haven't really ever done before. And so I thought that I would show you guys a little bit of what we are making. I'm not going to share how we did it because that is what they are paying for in the class. But I will show you what we made or what we will make. I'm making this before. And some variations on the project that I think are super fun and will maybe spark some ideas. So if you're watching this after the retreat and you saw my projects there, or you want some more ideas on how to use the fun goodies that you got, here we go. So we're going to start with the one we make at the retreat. So this craft die is from Scrap Diva, and this gorgeous paper crafting collection is designed by Erin. And what is her company? Sorry, it's new, and it is called My Pretty Paper by Erin Thompson. So we chose the papers from her collection. Now, I don't have the exact things that we're using at the retreat, but it is mostly the same. The sequins will be different, and then the cardstock will be different. So, but it will be yellow, and you can decorate the front however you want, but we created a shaker on the front. You could do a shaker on the back. We're just going to do one on the front, and this is pretty similar from what I could tell on our photos we've shared to the sequin mix that she made. But we created the little shovel as well. I like to do eyelets on my handle so we can move it, because inside we have a mini album. So it is 2.5 by 4.25, I think, tall, and it's just an accordion mini album. And I used all of Erin's papers and did some fussy cutting and used some of her die cuts from this fun collection to scrapbook some photos. These are from when we went to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic for my 40th birthday. So that is why there's this. And then, of course, I use dies and things from my own personal stash. But this is, like die cut from her die cut ephemera, and then I inked up the edges. I kind of like trimmed it up, but everybody's will look so different, and you can put anything you want in here. This is a die I have in my stash, so I used it to create a little flip for this photo of me reading a book. And oh no, I have a little fold out. Let's see, that one's not a fold out. That one is, and I did some stamping. Pro tip, stamp before you stick it down. I know that's probably common sense, but. And then when you get to the end, you just flip it and you have more because it's an accordion. So even when we're out of town, I'm crafting. I love these orange colors. They're so beautiful. And there we go. This was so gorgeous that I just had to keep the whole thing on there. So that is so fun. So that's what we are going to create, or did create, depending on when you watch this. Super cute, right? So there are other options though. Well, we also created this fun card. So it's very two-dimensional. I mean, we did like a little spine piece, but we didn't make the whole thing. We're making it into a pocket up front. You can put a gift card in there, some money, whatever. Lots of options to create those. This is another way to use the bucket die, is to create almost like a binder. So I was just using things in my stash, but you could definitely get some binder rings that were smaller, but these are the ones that I chose here. And I did a shaker on the front and the back, and I'm just going to match the sequins to the paper that I had. But on the inside, I think I'm going to ink up the edges of these, but I have a pocket here. So just like that card, you can kind of put things in the front. And then I used the same, I used the Crocodile to reinforce the holes so that they slide nicely across this binder clip. But you could just do, you know, some kind of, what do you call it? They call it Coptic binding or something. And you could fill it up really chunky. You could put a pocket on the back. There's so many options. But then I just kind of created a little gateway fold here. And then tie her up. So cute. And I put a little tassel on the edge. And I'm really liking the way that looks. And then this was like the very first one that I made when I tried to figure out what I was going to make for the collection. But I didn't have the papers yet. So that's why you see some papers that are not in Erin's collection, because these were just from my stash. But I did get a hold of the dies that I ended up adding later. But I did a shaker here on the front and the back. And I used, the die also comes with these little embellishments and flip-flops and everything. So I added those along with some of Erin's die cut ephemera. I did a shaker shovel there and added a little bow instead of tying it around the handle. And then instead of doing an accordion, this was an idea I played with, and it's totally something you could do. I just ended up, for the class, I wanted to do the accordion. I thought it would be easier, but this one, I did individual buckets, and I did little tabs at the top so you could easily pull out one or another. But same concept as the accordion. So you have that, flip it over, and you have another one. And I just used them, some dies for my stash along with Erin's die cut ephemera to embellish everything. And I framed all the photos in some colored cardstock. So I did 2 buckets, and then I sandwiched them over the ribbon. And then I had a front and back, and then I did the insert of the bucket on the inside. It just says, sorry, I don't know what that was. Just to add some powdered paper in there. So just some more beach pictures from another trip, because we love to go to the beach. And that was the theme of this, but you could totally use these buckets to Christmas, Halloween, you know, any holiday, any theme. I told Erin it would be really fun to do like a bucket of beer or something, and she said that was for a different crowd. If you are watching this, you let me know. Already in this Facebook group, I'm telling you, these ladies seem fun. No matter what. A bucket of, what else do you put in a bucket besides like sand items? Which of course I did. I have a reel on here where I made a bucket of, I put filler in it, and we used it to like put sticks in, and it was like party decor for the Super Bowl. That was really fun. But here we have the end. I love you. So there are just a few of the ideas that you can use to create this sand bucket. Like I said, it's from Scrap Diva. I'll link down below. If you came here from the retreat link, this is just a flip through, but you also got to flip through on the instruction video that you can refer back to anytime. And then I'll post another one with all the things that we make at the retreat. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.